Welcome, welcome to the Doctor's Orders live stream on the Dr. Nick's YouTube channel. As you guys come in, if you're watching, just please consider subscribing. Most of you already are. It's required to chat, and I think you might just enjoy the chat. Try to get involved. If you guys are out there watching on this Wednesday, drop a comment and say hello. Let us know, is it lunch break? Are you listening while you're at work? No work today? Let us know what's going on, you guys. Maybe we'll have some people in here that can't normally make our Tuesday show, which is when it's regularly scheduled, and they're able to come out on this Wednesday. We already got Jill. We already have Dennis in the chat. Shout out to those two. And anybody in the future, this will be on replay, and we'll be able to watch it. And John Evans is in the house. What's up, John? And guys, this is the live stream where we talk about whatever the heck you guys want to talk about. We talk about whatever we want to talk about. We highlight things going on with this company. Last week, we did a giveaway of some new products in different scents, such as lemongrass ginger in the shower products. And then, I don't know, maybe there's a giveaway today provided by one of you guys. So stay tuned. Giveaway at the end of the show. Shout out to Max. Shout out to JB. But we're going to have a little bit of the random wheel of tangents today. And the tangents today, for the first time, actually came from me. I want some feedback from Nick. I want some feedback from the chat, just on some topics that have been bouncing around the dome. And if you guys have any questions for Nick, any questions for Dr. Nick's, any questions for Jill, today is the perfect day to lay out any of those questions. But I do need to introduce the handsome gentleman to my side here. He has glasses. He likes to keep them clean, and if you can relate to the smudges and having to get them perfect, this guy will bond with you. Please welcome my friend, Mr. Nick.
On my smudge-tastic voyage into the stream today.
Yep.
You know, I have more like cleaning cloths everywhere now. I've had glasses for like a month and a half, and I feel like I've collected more like cleaning cloths and like things and like where's the cleaning cloth that goes in this case? I don't know.
Right here.
Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, see, that one would not do. It would not do.
All right, right here.
It would need to be a much larger one. Okay, yeah, much larger.
Pro Master, so you know it's good.
Yep. Okay. Yep. It's got to be the big ones, because when you have the acetate frames, these clear things, you know, the what these frames are made out of, you know, if you're cleaning them, you got to like hold the frames while you're, you know what I mean? So if you're going to get them clean, you might as well have them all the way clean.
Dude, I have some sunglasses that won't come clean no matter what I use, no matter what I do. And I'm so stubborn, I still wear them.
I know the trick for it. I don't know if you've tried it, but there is a trick to get like any pair of glasses back to like brand new condition. And I do it with my sunglasses all the time. And I now do it with these, like I'd say probably once a week or so now. But the trick is you take some Dawn dish soap.
What?
Right? Get it on your fingy tips. Right?
Okay.
No water. And you emulsify the dish soap all over the lenses with your fingertips, all over the frames, everywhere. You get a nice little layer of just sudsy soap over everything with no water still. Then once you get everything all soapy, every little crack, then you hit it with water and just rinse it all the way off, pat them dry, and it's like the cleanest glasses you've ever felt.
I've not tried that. That sounds like I need to.
Well, the trick is that most of the sprays are alcohol based, and so those are good for most glasses. That you can't use them on these because it'll make the clear part of the lenses, it'll make the clear part of the frames hazy over time if you use like an isopropyl based thing.
Yeah.
So the trick is to not let any water hit it, because that just solidifies the bond of the oil to the plastic. And then so you hit it with the dish soap first, that emulsifies the oil, floats it on the plastic, then it rinses off with the water, and you don't need any pressure to scrub it. Dude, it works so good.
I did see him use that to get oil off ducks, so that checks out.
Yep.
That checks out.
The million uses of Dawn.
Well, so one of the things that cracks me up with Dawn in marketing, it just got me thinking about that, is I've had people on a regular basis ask me if they can use Dawn dish soap to wash their beard. And I say, where did this idea come from? And they said, and everyone, word for word, says, if it's gentle enough for a duck, it should be gentle enough for my beard.
And see, that's very not true, because you can wash bird feathers with acetone, and it will not hurt the feather.
Wow.
They're waterproof.
They got that marketing down. Like they, without even saying it, they imply to the point where everybody gets the same concept that it's gentle enough for a duck.
Dude, yeah, you can spray those. You can spray those things down with brake cleaner. I'm pretty sure those ducks would be okay.
Hey, what's up, Dan
Don't
B? One of our
go
Dan Bs.
cleaning livestock with brake cleaner.
Right. Nick does
Damn it.
not recommend this. He is not a professional.
No, not that
Yes.
kind of doctor.
Leo, Jeffrey, Average Joe, Randy, Keith, Amber, Tollbooth, Baker, Arden. Welcome,
What?
you guys. Yeah, I mean, is your beard soaked in petroleum? Some might.
I mean, you know,
Depends on the day.
well, it depends. Did you buy a beard product from Walmart? Then your beard might be soaked in petroleum or silicone or something, you know, who knows?
Okay.
Any number of things.
Yeah, yep. Trying it now. All right, Max will report back to us.
Hit it.
Awesome. And hey, this week, you've got a big event we've talked about a couple of times. Nick is going to go see the Dr. Phil live show, which if you're unfamiliar, it's not Dr. Phil. It's Adam Ray, a comedian with a good show. And did you see, I don't know if you watched it yet, but did you see he was the panel guest on Kill Tony on Monday?
I saw that he was. We haven't watched it yet. We're going to watch it tonight.
It on the plane. Just started it. But like what timing, right? When he goes on that show, you know that week is like big for him and views and attention and all that stuff. And you're going to be center stage, first row, the first two seats next to the aisle.
Dude, it's going to be ridiculous.
Oh man. And I do have to say, I don't know how closely you followed this, but I was, and we'll talk a lot about it today. But I was in, did I not post it? Okay, I got to pull this up. I was in New York City this weekend and went to a comedy show. It was called The Stand, I think is where the comedy show was.
Okay.
And it was a bunch of comedians that on the surface, I did not like recognize their name. But one of them started getting up and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was this dude. Let me see if I can find his picture, actually. It was this dude from Kill Tony, who was from Alabama. And he was really, really funny. And he's like crushed it on, he crushed it on, no, not this kid. He crushed it on Kill Tony as well. And so.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I don't know if I can find if anybody gets a name.
Dude, the platform that guy has created for comedians is just awesome. Like so many people are just like getting their starts or getting like reinvigorated or, you know, put back out there because of what he's doing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely no doubt about it. I'm not going to find the guy's name, but that's okay. And with your show, Jill said, I can't wait for tomorrow. I forgot it is tomorrow.
Dude.
That's going to be, and do you know who's going to be there or anything?
No, he never announces the openers beforehand. If he has special guests, he doesn't post them. He once in a while will leak stuff on Instagram like the day before, the day of. I don't know. I was thinking we should probably harass him in some way from our Instagram to his Instagram for the rare chance that he catches a glimpse and then he kind of recognizes me sitting there tomorrow.
That's not a bad idea.
I think we should do like a quick, night before or day of when he's doing all the promo for like the place he's going.
Yeah.
He'll be looking at locally relevant stuff maybe.
That would be cool. And I think he's decently active on social media too.
Oh, he's insanely active.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. So
he's an Instagram junkie.
We're at this show, this little comedy place, and all these comedians come up, killers. I mean, really, really good quality shows. And then the final guy, the headliner, the closer, I forget his name, but he did a lot of like musical type stuff. And he's coming up, and I'm like right on the walkway. So, when the comedians come onto the stage, I'm like this guy with the hat who's like sitting down. He's at the corner of the entrance, and I'm behind him. And this dude, as he's coming on stage, goes and like grabs my beard and is like, beard, 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 and starts to get the whole crowd chanting beard. This is his like impression as he comes out. And then he gets going in his set and he's like singing, singing, singing. I can't tell you the words that he was singing. It's pretty egregious. But he then goes, Beard, get up here. And calls me on stage and has me sing with him. I've got video. I'll have to send it to you, but you can't let the day of light see that thing. And,
Dear God.
he has me singing with him and repeating the same word over and over again. And we're just up there, and he's a little guy, big old dude, and the whole crowd's going crazy. Afterwards, everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's the Beard! Oh my God, it's the Beard!" And I was just waiting, and he's asking people like where they're from and doing all those things. And he gets to me, and I'm like, "Please ask me what I do. Please ask me what I do." And he didn't. I didn't get to say that I do YouTube for beards for a living, but it was really cool. Really
dude,
freaking
that's
cool.
amazing. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't know how the hell this is the first time I'm hearing about this, but that's amazing.
It just happened. Yeah, it just happened.
This just goes to show that you and I have both had a busy week, and we moved the live stream for a very good reason.
Correct. Yeah. When we get on before the stream, Nick's like, "I had a whole lifetime in the last week, you guys."
Dude, it literally has been. It feels like since the last week's live stream, it feels like it's been a month. Like it feels like this must be like a monthly stream. And a month has passed.
And I actually talked to the comedian afterwards, and JB says, "Nice reminder for me not to go to a comedy show." He was like, "Dude, just so you know," he was like, he was like, I told him, I was like, "This is my first comedy show, like real one, not just like an open mic." And he goes, "Just so you know, you're a comedian's dream. You're an easy pull." He goes, "Anytime you go to a comedy show, you're going to get acknowledged." And I was like, Nick.
Yeah, if you go to dude, small ones, especially like it's like you get. I mean, it's easy for them. I mean, there's like a million things to if they don't pick anyone else out because they look like an ass for some reason, they're gonna find some way to mess with you, which is great.
100%. And Dennis wants to know what the venue is tomorrow.
It's at the MGM down next to Fenway.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's loading up that's a sizable venue.
That's a very sizable venue.
Yeah, so he's going to be loading up a big one. It's got balconies. The balcony's open. The main orchestra pit's open. The whole venue's booked, and it's like, it's so if you look at Fenway Park, it kind of comes to the end of a city block, and like the point on the end of the block is the MGM.
That's cool.
So it's the back of it literally backs right up to the walls that go into Fenway.
Super cool. What's up, Bucky? JB says it's unreal how much big beards get noticed in public. So today is going to be a lot of talk about travel because it's topical and on top of mind. And I was just in New York City. Every couple of feet, I had comments about the beard. Everywhere, every direction, everywhere I went, walking on the street, at restaurants, at the show. I even posted, I said, these are the most beard compliments I've ever received in my entire life. You know, the New Yorkers are a little unfiltered, just going to say whatever pops in their mind. And when they see the beard, they have to comment. All of them, 100% of people said something about the beard.
Dude, it's in cities, like you get it a bunch. In New York especially, I feel like it's interesting. Walking around Boston, it's kind of like, you get it, but not every 10 feet like you do in New York.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never really walked through Boston, so okay.
All right. There's times in like when we've gone through the city, like in New York, I'm like, I'm just putting my beard up. I'm actually tired of talking to people about it.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Abe said he got his first ZZ Top reference by a judge. Dang. Mine, and this is not an exaggeration, I would say on average, if you have 365 days in a year, it's more than daily. Like I genuinely believe I get more than 365 ZZ Top comments in a year.
I do, and it's one of the it's cool. You know, people. I will say, the people that say it never mean it in any way but a compliment.
100%.
And that's something that you got to keep in mind is like maybe one person's version of cool is different than yours, right? So it's like
100%.
Whenever they say it, if like, you know, they would be making a different comparison if they were trying to detract away from it for some reason.
I agree. It's just what comes to mind. It's just trying to bond. It's just, how do I acknowledge your different kind of look and facial hair without being insulting? And so what's the most notable for a lot of people, especially over 30 and 40, is ZZ Top.
Yeah, I mean that was the only people like in the public eye for a long time with long beards.
Right. It's better than Duck Dynasty. I don't get that one as much anymore.
Thank God. You know, that's not a great one.
No. Nope.
You know,
Or hey,
I mean,
you look like Uncle Si. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
thanks.
Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely not a compliment, but thank you.
appreciate that.
So okay, so yeah, you guys got the show. What's the outfits like? Any idea what Jill dresses like? Any idea what you're gonna rock? I would have a guess of yours, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Jill's wearing something cool. She's been rocking like some big baggy jeans and like, like kind of puffy
Yeah, that's
sweatshirts
the
and like
style right
tighter,
now.
like small, like a tighter fit, like undershirt kind of deal. That she's probably gonna go and look way cooler than I am, I would imagine, like usual. I'm probably, to be honest, I was gonna go one of two ways. I was either gonna go originally I was gonna go my normal going out in Boston, which is just a t-shirt, jeans, sport coat,
That's
right?
what I was gonna assume.
Yep. But I think just because of some of the questions he loves to ask people, he loves to pick on tattoos and he likes to talk about how he wants one but doesn't know what to get. And it
Right.
always leads into really funny discussions with people. And beards. He loves talking about beards. So I figured like I gotta have the beard out and easy to see.
Yeah.
And I should probably just be as short sleeved and just
Tatted up.
t-shirt and jeans as possible. So it's gonna be cold. So I'm probably just gonna wear like zip up hoodie, jeans, t-shirt, and then just be sitting there in t-shirt and jeans.
Nice. Just wear
That's
something that will contrast your beard color real well so it like pops. Like right now it blends a little bit.
yeah,
Get something that pops.
yeah. Like, what do you think?
Something lighter, like a light blue or even a white. Your beard is so dense, you don't worry too much about transparency.
That's probably what I'll do. I'll probably go for like a gray, like a
Yeah.
charcoal colored, something like that.
Yep.
And that way it's not like just sitting against the black, because especially when you're like under the light, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a big shadow.
Yep. Jill says purple.
Well, Jill loves me in purple.
Ooh, Violet loves me in purple.
I could do purple. I
Okay.
could do purple. So I don't know. It's gonna be. I figure I might even. Oh, you know what? I might go like. Yeah, I got a couple options for stuff that's gonna be a little more contrasty. Because you're right. I was initially thinking like my comfort zone, just black t-shirt and jeans. So I got to do something that's gonna pop a little more.
Yep. And I have a purple hat. I could send Maddox over with it.
Perfect.
God. Do you guys know how much I wish I lived by Nick where I could just do that? Like Maddox, go run it over to Nick.
Oh man, if we talk about it too much, we're gonna start doing the thing where we don't do anything but look at compounds where we can have like a big chunk of property in two houses again.
Yep. And you guys
I get
can be
obsessed
invited.
on that, and I don't stop looking for like a week.
Yep. Yeah, I know. That's a bad rabbit hole to go down because there's exciting options.
There really is.
Mhm.
Like there's like for sale sign in the front lawn options once in a while that you find.
Yep.
You're like, oh, just sell it all. Let's go.
Puerto Rico, you ready, Nick?
Let's do it.
Lavender's a good color. I agree. And a good scent. Love me some lavender.
Hell yeah. Some good stuff.
The
Speaking of
lab
good
has
scents.
to smell fantastic on number 9 day.
What? Oh, dude, the office smells ridiculous on number 9 bottling day. When you're doing shower products at number 9, the whole office smells like it. It's amazing.
That's wonderful.
It got on something the other day. Some lavender, I think, got on something, and Jill was touching something, and then she was like, "Here, smell this," and handed me something. The next thing I know, and I went and I did something else, and like I was like, "Smell lavender," and I was like, "Lavender, lavender, lavender, lavender," and it was just like everywhere. Like I don't know what the hell it was that got on me, but I systematically touched every single thing in my existence. Like over
Jill
the course
says
of
it was
10
her
minutes.
apron.
Yeah, it's just Hugging Jill is a risky maneuver.
Oh, you cracked her back, and it was
That's
on
what it
the
was.
apron.
That's what it was. She was like,
Yep.
"Oh, I need you to crack my back," and I went and I went around their chest and I cracked her back like that, and then it was arms, hands, everywhere.
By the way, I gave Jill. She was a cameo feature twice in my live streams in the last week, where it was Wednesday and Monday, where I had a rant about females in the beard product industry and just how essentially, to give like a little summary, a person in my Facebook group, and some people will be hearing this for the third time, but that's just how worked up it got me. Person in my Facebook group commented that they had tried several companies that used fractionated coconut oil, and they had that reaction where they smell like a wet dog, that kind of musky hay-like smell, not a good smell. And they were going to try one more company. And that company happened to be Beard Octane. And they had the same reaction. They're like, ah, man, now I know. I just can't use it. It is what it is. And so this female in the Facebook group comes out and comments, and she was like, oh, well, it's probably the quality of the suppliers for fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil is not a bad ingredient. They're probably just using cheap suppliers. And it was like, I wrote back and said, essentially, like, thanks for your input. Absolutely, supplier quality matters. However, in this case, he did state it was Beard Octane. He did state these other 3 companies, all of which are very high-end quality companies, all of which take their suppliers very seriously. And there's just an actual percentage of people that have this reaction to coconut oil on their skin. It's real. This is an actual thing. She writes back and then went on her personal Facebook and was like, I'm so sick of the beardos in this beard industry that don't listen to women. They think just because I'm a female, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been making products for 30 years. I have this title. I have that title. Females often know more than men in this industry. I'm so sick of the misogynist and blah, blah. And I'm like, hold up. Number one, you came in and gave unsolicited advice. He wasn't asking for feedback. He was just stating what was happening and giving people
an experience.
Updates. Yeah. And then you came in and said something that just isn't true. In this case, you're wrong. And I told you you're wrong. I said, and if anything, I'm the biggest champion of all time for women in this industry. Holly from Whiskey and Hardtack, now with Beard Octane, one of the most brilliant minds, if not the most brilliant mind in it. I said, Jill, she is unbelievable at making products and just absolutely a beast in this industry. I said, like Amber, I had Amber on my New Year's Eve live stream and I promote her channel and she does the newsletter and it's so unique. It's so cool. I'm like, you're crazy. I have a whole segment on my Monday shows showing love to the females of this community. I was like, it was just bad advice. And so, yeah, Jill got mentioned twice without even noticing it as like my example of like an amazing creator, just so happens to be a female. She's not amazing because she is a female. It's just a trait that she was born with. And so that got me all fired up.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, you know what though? It's like I feel like when people make when they make an assumption and they're trying to point something out, and like she assumed that it could have been random beard companies that we don't know where those places get their stuff and we don't know if they're reputable or not. In which case, sure, that could have been valid feedback. And then come to find out she didn't have the whole story, right? Because we knew the people, we know the suppliers, we know everything else. This person just happens to not work with them. We're not trying to troubleshoot the quality. We're trying to troubleshoot the experience.
Exactly.
And so, but I feel like when people make an incorrect assumption, some people, instead of being like, oh, my bad, I didn't know the whole story, I came in a little late, that checks out, right? You could just back your way out gracefully like that. But some people feel the need to just double down and like lean into it. And they go
100%,
and it's just one of those things where like, I don't know. I think I used to be guilty of that a lot. Like when I was younger,
all of us
like just probably had a little too much ego, a little too cocky,
all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the more you grow, eventually you're like, oh no, I can totally be wrong, even when I know a lot about things, because I might not know the whole story or the situation or the context.
And when you admit you're wrong, you gain so much more than you could ever imagine than even being right or doubling down and then going crazy on it. When you tell people like, you know what? Good information. I didn't consider that. Thank you. You're right.
Yep.
You instantly have somebody on your team now. You instantly, especially when it's authentic. And so it was, man. And Leo, that was my whole biggest point. He said any man with that attitude would get the same regard. And that was exactly it. Like, we were discussing something and you realized you were wrong. So then you pivoted to play the female card, the victim card. And there's nothing farther from my personality than a victim card. And so it just strikes like, nope, you got the wrong one here. Yeah. You poked at the wrong one. And again, literally, Jill, like these essential oils, Jill, these blends, Jill, like so much of the ingredients that are innovative from Dr. Nick's and out there, Jill, like pushing an industry with a leading company, like
the best, what I think is the best butter in the industry, Jill.
Right. Mm-hmm. Learn something about me first before dropping that accusation. And guess what? Like, it's not hard to figure out where I stand and what I do. That was my Facebook group. My logo was the big thing on there. Like, come on now. Yeah.
Come on.
The principal Skinner syndrome. I'm not wrong. The kids are wrong. And there's a lot of teachers that are like that, where they'll put it on the kids and it's like, hey man, some of these kids are smart. Some of these kids are smarter than me. And you had to realize that.
Dude, yeah. That's the thing, is once in a while you do need to realize that. I've had that plenty of times. I've taught classes and had people in there that were way smarter than I was. And you know it pretty quick too.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, okay. And you probably forget more than I learn most days.
Right. And then you just have to make sure the narrative is, hey, this is my experience. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. And then it allows for anyone to add in, and it allows for no one to be defensive, you know? And so, and Channing's right. You learn nothing from being right all the time.
You don't.
Absolutely true, man. You got to be around people that will teach you, will challenge you, but also are open to those kind of discussions. So yeah, that was just my random one. I was like, I don't think I've told Jill about that yet, but it just so rubbed me the wrong way. And then my other rant was about companies saying in their ads that they are better than other companies, that other companies are lying to you and just making false claims. And I have no respect for that stuff. I have no patience. I have no tolerance for it. And it's had me fired up all week.
Oh, that's lowbrow marketing.
Yeah, And I literally, in my post, I did like a story about it. I said, it's just played out. Like, we've seen that card. Like, do better. Do better, especially in a community like this.
And the thing is too, is like, you should be selling things based on, like, you know, the way you're selling your trust and selling your experience. Right. And it's like, you want to sell based on trust. You don't want to create trust for yourself by creating doubt for someone else, right? That's a dirty way to, you know, that's a roundabout way. Like, if you're trying to prove your own value, if you're trying to devalue someone else to do that you might not be as valuable as you think you are.
Yeah. And you'll get this. And I haven't even actually said this part, but they, in one of their ads, they have several terrible ads. They said that they are the first company to make a beard butter that only uses butter ingredients. And they said, crazy idea, huh? So I went to their website. They have an oil in their ingredients. Not quite sure how that checks out. Then another thing, and I've made it clear how I felt about their stuff because I know the people behind the company, and they did not want a rebuttal because they don't want this kind of smoke when it comes to like saying unintelligent or wrong things. Another ingredient they had in their butter is avocado butter. And so they make a statement of saying like, hey, we only have butter ingredients. Well, I've nothing against avocado butter at all. I think it could be great. But I would ask them if they wanted to join me on like a live or something. I would ask them and say, avocado butter, like you said butter ingredients. Do you know where avocado butter comes from? And I knew it. And like, this isn't something I have to like look up or stuff. And it's like, you realize avocado butter is avocado oil and then other ingredients added in to make it a butter or a semi-viscous consistency. Like that's not a butter. It's not anything near it, but there's no butter that you're squeezing out of an avocado and then putting in. It's from an oil. And so it was like, not only were they in an ad literally saying other companies are lying to you while they lied, and then from there they were bashing and saying they're not as good. These other companies are crap. And it's just like, why? But I also remembered we are now in the end of March. This is the peak of getting lower and lower in beard sales season. And you see companies that did not do the work ahead of time to sustain their sales and keep business going, and they're starting to resort to bad tactics. And again, the female that did that whole thing, she is a business owner. This company is a beard product, and she's a beard product company owner. This company is a beard product company. It's like, oh, November, December stopped. January, you probably did decent. February, you probably struggled. And then March, you fell off. And then the writing's on the wall for April. So they start resorting. But other companies are continuing to do great because they set the stage. They innovate. They keep pushing forward. And they're not resorting to these like final measures to keep their company going.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That probably is. It's always a sign of desperation when people do that kind of stuff, I guess. But
yeah,
I never really thought of the cause of the the desperation part, but
I didn't either. And then
you're right.
clicked, and I'm like, oh, your sales are way down right now. Got it. Yep. And you might have investors, one of the companies, I'm pretty sure, and you might have investors, and maybe you're feeling some pressure because you didn't hit the same mark you did last month. And investors, they don't understand the beard game. They don't understand the seasonal impacts. And so maybe they felt some pressure to keep those numbers going. And how can we do that quickly? Well, let's say everybody else sucks. Everybody else is lying to you. Yeah.
How about when people get out of the months where, a quarter of your customers grow beards, you find ways to make sure to cater to those customers in the months where they don't wear a beard, and then maybe start handling some other needs.
It's like you thought of that.
It's kind of like you need to diversify and take care of the people, regardless of the state of their appearance, right? It's kind of.
See, I thought you guys just stumbled on like body wash and face wash and stuff by accident. I didn't, or shampoo and conditioner. I thought that just happened.
Yeah, there was like a fully rounded out thought behind that, I think.
There what? Wow. Oh, that's crazy. I don't think that they could consider that. That's wild.
Planning, execution, those two things.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Like, building a soap room and, stuff, learning the process and emulsification and surfactants and all, like, that's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. There was something to all that. There was a reason behind it.
Interesting. So I digress, but I just thought that above all, Jill's amazing. I couldn't have any more respect for her in this game, and I hope she keeps inspiring women and keeps pushing this industry forward. She is a beast.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things. I had a business partner of mine come by the office building last week, and I wanted him to be able to meet Jill. So it was, she was just getting back when he was heading in. And so we had some time just to stop real quick and just chat, like down in the stock room, in the shipping and receiving room. He just kind of wanted to see what the other side of what I do is. And I just told, I like I always do. I talk about how it's a men's. It started as a men's focused company, right? And what it needed for growth and to survive was a woman's touch. That's the only thing the men's grooming company was missing, was the woman's touch in my book. And so, I mean, you just look at the numbers. She relaunched it with me in 2019, and when we really got into our stride in like 2020, 2021. Right. Look at 2021 to 22, 250% growth, 2022 to 23, 300% growth, 23 to 24 was 380% growth while maintaining an 84% return customer purchase rate. So you tell me what it was missing. It had me at the reins from 2014 to 2017, and just flat taking care of me, the selfish product company that it was. And then you get Jill in here, formulation happens, creativity happens. All of a sudden, the apothecary side of it explodes, the skincare side explodes, the SKUs and the product lines all explode. And look at that. We have an aggregate over the past 4 years of an 80% return customer rate, if you give or take some, and an average yearly growth of 270%. So we got to be doing something right if you just look at the numbers, right? So, and if you look at that I tell the story the same way every time. I was like, the men's grooming company had no idea the woman's touch that it was missing, because Dr. Nick's thrived once Jill had her claws all the way into it.
It's so true. And to maintain normal business, right? Nick has been to many business conferences. I have. Normal businesses would acknowledge, as you scale, your percentage of returning customers has to go down. When you get bigger, you don't need as many to return to be able to keep your profits and to scale. You guys are defying that. You're scaling at arguably percentages that are not sustainable, right? You cannot continue to grow at 300%. That's not humanly possible.
Right.
You're doing those numbers, and you're continuing as the numbers get bigger to have the same percentage of returning customers, meaning the new people that come in aren't just fly by the day and then leave tomorrow. The new people are coming in, feeling it, experiencing it, and coming back again. Crazy.
And if you look at the math, I actually had an accountant tell me I was wrong on our Shopify numbers, and And what was interesting, he's like, well, if you look at the amount of customers as a whole, and you look at the return customer rate of 80%, he's like, something's got to be off, because you should have, mathematically speaking, you shouldn't be able to gain that much in growth without dropping the percentage of return customers because of
Right.
the inflow of new customers.
Right. That's
what we
that's
found
the
out.
industry standard. Yeah.
And what we found out on running the reports is that while we were bringing in new audience and new customers, the existing customers, you guys, were finding more things that you liked. We were expanding our portfolio of products. We were able to do more things for you with shampoo and conditioner, in addition to the beard wash and beard conditioner, the body wash, the face wash. So I think what ended up kind of naturally happening is we proved ourselves to new customers. So then instead of just buying one thing, they decided to try a couple others. So the SKU footprint, I think, changed for people, because people would say, okay, well, I don't know, I'll give them a shot with the body wash. I'm not putting something new on my face, but I'll try the body wash.
Yeah.
And they try it and they like it. And they're like, oh, well, maybe I will try the face wash. And while I'm at it, shoot, maybe I'll try some of that butter too. So it's kind of interesting in the sense that I think it's the result of the same thing, which boils down to just like relentlessly caring about putting out super high quality products and doing creative stuff. But I think that's just, if you prove it to somebody that's new, they'll come back, right? And if you keep maintaining what you do and don't dilute your product line by growing, then the people that already like what you do will keep coming back. So it's a win-win situation, because in order to get that kind of growth, we have to be delivering like top-notch customer service, top-notch products. There can't be any mistakes, right? Because all of that could just hinder someone's initial experience.
100%.
So it all ties together, man.
Yep. And if you believe in your products, especially for new customers, the burden of the company is getting people to try it. So being creative, finding ways to get them to try. Like today, we have a giveaway courtesy of a community member. Shout out to Jarvis out there. That's another opportunity for people to try, right? Even like the giveaways that you guys do on your streams and my streams and other platforms, I bet you that is the hook for many of those returning customers. They just needed to try it. Like that's the difference. We've grown accustomed to being so like familiar with scams and misleading advertising that the trust of the average consumer online is probably lower today than it was, let's say, 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it's just about getting them to try it. And that's all people need to do with your product. Obviously, they come back. Obviously, they love it. It really makes a difference. And how many comments have we had like this? My wife loves the body wash. I love the oil and balm, of course.
I was just reading that from Bucky. And that's why, by the way,
yes,
you're going to notice some little branding changes coming up, like the Amazing Man stuff. You guys are going to see that starting to
he's
fall
dropping
off.
it, guys. Telling you a little bit of breaking news right here. We don't know how it'll polish out. I didn't know if he was going to go there, but go ahead.
No, it's developed enough now, and if you look across just our whole customer base now, it's I will use the word, and I'm not using it for pandering reasons of any type, but we like the fact that more than just people with beards are using our products on the men's side, and we like the fact that more people that aren't men are using our products in general. So we do want to be more inclusive, kind of like as a whole, because I feel like you look at some of the places that are really interested in taking on some of our donations now. For example, some of them are women's shelters. Some of them are rehab centers where they have it's a co-ed kind of a facility, right? And so look at that and combine that with some of the shops that we're trying to do some collaborations with, and some of the things that we're working with foundational kind of charity product launches with this year. It all goes down to just wanting to be more applicable. And if you really look at it, the domain's drnix.com, right? The business name is Dr. Nix LLC. There's no, we're DBA, Amazing Man Stuff, right? That's the trademark. That's the brand name.
Yeah.
But that's, the company name has always been Dr. Nix. So it's not so much of any sort of a change, I would say, so much as it is like, it just sort of, we might not have the additional verbiage on a chunk of, or all of our products at some point, who knows?
Or even like a little twist, Dr. Nix Amazing Man Stuff with a woman's touch.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a tagline, right? Amazing Man
slogan.
Stuff with a woman's touch, right?
Yeah.
And so you know, there's a lot to play with there, but as you guys see it, you'll see why. I mean, and it's stuff like this. And to that point, actually, it's, you know, it's because of comments like that people are trying that, right? People's significant others see that, they hear that, people see that, and then they get it for their wives or their girlfriends or whoever. And so what's interesting, though, I thought you'd get a kick out of this, Dan, is that we made this well known years ago now, that we weren't using any content or any verbiage in our marketing that wasn't a quote from either a review or a comment on a video, right? So it's 100% customer driven content. There was an AI model that people were working with. It was a subset of Chat GPT, and they were working on it to create marketing campaigns. And what you just said rang a bell about how people trust less and less these days. And because there's so much AI generated crap, there's just, it's hard to know what's authentic. It's hard to know what's genuine. And anyway, it turned this, and it was an affiliate marketing bot. And they turned this affiliate marketing bot on. They let it go grab, 5 affiliate products. And the goal was to make it as much AI autopiloted as possible. So it did the arbitrage of like affiliate links, finding out what retailers were the most profitable, all these sorts of things for like top trending products.
Okay.
It developed an ad spend. It developed all these things to push these affiliate products. One of them, for example, was like an algae face mask, right? It was like a trending on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what this AI bot did? The company that developed it fed it all this language for all these affiliate products, right? The bot went out and it said that no one's going to believe generated or company generated marketing language. And it went out and scraped TikTok and Instagram and grabbed reviews of the affiliate product, put those reviews and the transcripts as the website content, and only used content from TikTok of other people that had used the product talking about the product.
So what you've been doing.
Right. And the point was, it was so funny because this 2025 like AI bot was like, no, people would much rather hear from other people about what people think of the product. And I'm like, oh, well, imagine that.
Right. Crazy. Heard that before.
I'm like, oh, that feels pretty familiar.
And speaking of product expansion, and that doesn't involve beards, any deodorant update? One of the most common or frequent questions I get about Dr. Nick's personally.
Yeah. So yes, update continuing. So we have not changed the course. We have not changed the base ingredient now in a while. And I will say, as far as like a base ingredient's concerned, I've never made it past week 4 so far. In the past 2 years of testing, I have not made it past week 4 with a core ingredient as a natural deodorant. I've now been using one for like 5 weeks and have not been adding anything to it. And literally to the point where this one, it's like you can get 2 wears out of a shirt. Good natural deodorant.
Wow.
And so then it's just it's a base ingredient that I'm super duper interested in. But now it's worked for 6 weeks. So we are back in formulating once again, trying to make that work with the base that we like. And if that works, then we are very close to a prototype. And so, Dennis, just so you know, with getting this close, you being local, man, you are going to be you're going to be one of the test pits that we're asking to jump on board here, man. We're gonna need a pretty good sample size for this one.
Well, he's got some stankage, so he'll be able to give you a true test. That's for
sure. Listen, your dirty little dirt balls will make everyone not stinky.
And it's crazy to say this, like this is a real statement that's going to come out of my mouth. I think the deodorant launch will be one of your biggest launches.
I think so too. And I'm a little, so like, there's a part of me that with this damn deodorant, I'm thinking that there's going to need to be a dedicated space in the shop for it, like really, really fast, because I imagine that being the kind of thing that's going to grow really quickly. And just like everything, I don't want to have to co-pack it. Right. And so it's, the longer we can just get ahead of any kind of product growth and build places to be able to just do it ourselves. It's something I'll throw out there about it too, by the way, on that. If you look at the rates that people are charging right now in the co-packing world and the minimums that people do, right? If you do the math, like if you lease equipment and you have the space and you want to pay someone, call it $20 an hour, right? And which is decent for
very fair
for that kind of bottle filling, labeling type of work, right? you can actually keep up with damn close to what you would get out of a co-packer, unless you get to the 100,000 unit a week or something crazy mark of a single SKU, right? You know, if you're dealing with tens of thousands, though, I mean, like, the economy of scale actually isn't really there. Like, until you get to, I mean, I'm not even kidding, like 100,000 fills of a certain SKU a week, that's when those things start breaking even. Otherwise, you're paying more for a co-packer than you would for a lease payment on equipment and people that are in your local area that probably need a job.
Right. And lower quality almost always in that situation. You have more like sit time where it's got to get traveled and in their warehouse and stuff. Yeah, it's just, if you can do it, it's a better way.
Yeah.
Truly is.
It is.
And G Squared wants to know, cold brew. Are there any products that are not possible to do in the cold brew scent?
Well, butter, because we can't do the butter with pretty much any essential oils because it messes with it. But no, I wouldn't see any reason why you couldn't do cold brew and pretty much everything.
Yeah, nothing came to mind for me either.
Nope. And that's actually G Squared. We were thinking that if we were going to come up with an exfoliating body wash, it would be something to do with coffee grounds and would most likely be cold brew coffee scent.
That'd be cool.
You know, some little exfoliant in there. We just got to be careful with septic systems and people's drains. We're trying to figure out what things are terrible, because you talk to plumbers and you use the word exfoliant when you're talking about products you make, and they just like roll their eyes and laugh at you. They're like, oh, all of it clogs drains and none of it's okay.
Interesting. See, guys, they think about every angle. That's wild.
Yeah, literally. I'm coming up with an exfoliant body wash. I'm meeting with a plumber later to go over and make sure we're not messing anything up. Like, who's doing that?
G Squared said, wait, is there a beard wash with it? Did I miss that?
No, there's not.
Nope.
But based on that, it sounds like you'd like it if there was one.
Oh, yes.
Lemongrass ginger. You guys need to stop sleeping on the lemongrass ginger too, by the way. It's whoo, man, is it good. Yeah. It's awesome beard wash. And we mixed some up in a body wash. I'm ordering labels for that next, because I have a custom created body wash lemongrass ginger in my shower, and it is probably my favorite body wash now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to get my hands on some so I can start talking about it. I haven't experienced the shower products one, so I'll have to get that and get the buzz going and get the people hooting and hollering for us. All right, but I do want to do some random wheels here, you guys, and we will have a giveaway at the end, courtesy of a community member. It's actually a $50 gift card, so pretty substantial, pretty cool giveaway. But we got a couple of random wheel tangents here for you, and so let's just go ahead and hit it.
Gee, what was Dan dealing with this past weekend?
Right.
Could it be regional airports?
Right. All right, so regional travel food must-haves. Now, I'll explain. I was in New York City, and I heard three. I heard three things over and over again that I had to get there. Now, some I have celiac, of course, so I can't have some of them. But number one was pizza. You got to have some New York pizza. Number two was a chopped cheese. And then number three was, and this was in the words that were used to me over and over and over again. I'm not describing anyone or anything, just was what they say. And the other one that they said was, you need to get dirty Chinese food from New York. And those were like the three things. Yeah, I heard obviously the bagels. Somebody told me a croissant donut mix.
No one told you chicken and rice cart?
No, I mean the carts were everywhere, but no one told me to get that. No.
Chicken and rice, dude. That's
like the halal stands.
Oh, yeah.
Really? It's good?
It's the usually the first and the last thing I eat when I'm in New York. It's like,
okay.
Get off the train to get a big styrofoam container of chicken and rice.
That's what I want to know. You're a well-traveled and a sharp dressed, but a well-traveled man. Give me just a couple, and you guys in the chat, give me a city, give me a country, and when you travel there, it's synonymous with your food. I have to, and this is all personal, right? We know where places are known. So, like Christopher says, the Kahlua pork in Hawaii. So what are some travel ones?
So Kahlua pork, if we're going to Hawaii, if you don't get that Kahlua pork with the Spam musubi on the side, you're really messing up. You got to get the Spam musubi.
Okay.
Spam musubi is a block of sushi rice, a piece of fried Spam on the top of it, wrapped in seaweed.
No.
It is fantastic.
No.
Oh,
No, Nick.
best damn thing you'll ever eat.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All
You
right.
so like I've made sizable bets with people on this one. I've made it at my house over the summer. I make it every summer, and people are like, there is not a chance in hell I'm putting that in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't like it, and you can actually back it up. I'll make your next car payment for you.
Whoa.
And like, I literally had someone be like on it and took a bite. They're like, I don't like pork and I don't like rice. And they took a bite and they were like, oh, God damn it, I can't even lie.
Wow. Jill
They're
said
not
she
gonna-
didn't believe you either.
Oh yeah, no, she didn't believe me either.
Okay. I'm gonna have to experience that because I legit am like, nope.
Oh yeah, spam musubi, gotta do that. Oh, UK curry chicken. Okay, so UK, if you're anywhere in London and you don't get Indian food, you're really messing up because the best Indian food in the whole planet is in London.
I've heard that.
Not many people know it, but oh boy, like it is something special, especially if you feel like regular Indian food is damn good in London. But if you want something like mind blowing, go to a place where the menus have like $30, $40 and up, like entrees of Indian food, like a nice one.
Yeah.
And dude, it's like an unearthly experience.
All right. But what about you? Give me a city or two, Nick, and then what is like a must?
Okay, let's start from left to right. Okay,
Okay.
let's do this properly here. So if we're in California or anywhere kind of like out there out west, one of the first things I'm looking for is an In-N-Out burger. Like
Right. Yep.
In-N-Out burgers happening real soon whenever I land on the West Coast.
Yep. I have heard that.
Okay, so that's really important. Now, if I'm anywhere, what's another one? That's just okay. If you're down south and you're like in Florida, like Tampa area, Tampa or Miami, arguably, I would say this is controversial. I would say Tampa has Miami beat, but you got to get a Cuban sandwich. Cuban sandwich, if you're anywhere near, yep, Cubans, yep. Maryland crab cakes, of course. Maryland crab cakes. Got to get crab cakes in Maryland. Okay, what are some other like weird ones? What are some weird ones?
Yeah, I like that these are all personal to you because we know, like, you know, in Michigan you gotta get a coney, but I like hearing the weird random ones.
Dude, so I would say, so I don't know. Ever since I moved away from down south, I think the South has the best damn Mexican food that you pretty much get anywhere. So anytime I'm down south, I'm just looking for Mexican food.
Texas Mexican food, next freaking level. San Antonio, oh my god,
dude. So it's just Mexican food. When Mexican food gets good, that's going to be what I'm looking for. Oh, if you're in the Atlanta area, if I ever land somewhere in Atlanta, Georgia, everyone knows, okay, if you're in Atlanta, go get some good barbecue. They're heavy on the pork, so like preferably stick to the pork barbecue, not big beef barbecue people, right? They're more on the pork side. There's a place called Heirloom Barbecue that's there outside. It's Alpharetta. It's in Georgia. It's the weirdest thing in the whole world. There's a Korean woman who married a guy from Texas, and she owned a restaurant in Korea, and he owned a chain of barbecue restaurants in Texas. And they relocated together and landed in Alpharetta, Georgia. And they combine Korean food with traditional Texas barbecue.
Wow.
So you have like Korean, like sweet, like peanut sauce marinated, like brisket with kimchi on it. Like just most random stuff in the whole world.
Interesting.
That's just
kielbasa in Pennsylvania. Yeah. So I grew up on kielbasa.
And pierogies are so damn good. Jill's a huge pierogi.
Your buddy Tim says In-N-Out's coming to Tennessee. Wow. Tampa's the place for Cubans, and he loves, I don't know how to say it. Was that
Ricados and Pipos?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a restaurant?
I don't know. I that sounds familiar. Tim, refresh my memory on that. I just took everyone down. Oh, Tim will love this story. When we went down to Tampa for my dad's services, I don't know if I mentioned this on the stream, but the first place I brought Jack and Jill off of the airplane was La Teresita. And we went there and grabbed Cubans and then just ate those things right next to the wall. We took off and we drove across the river. But holy crap, man. There's this place in Tampa called La Teresita. It's been there forever, early 1900s. It started as a Cuban bakery. There's a bakery. There's a to-go restaurant. There's a cafeteria restaurant. And then there's a full sit-down Cuban restaurant inside. So it's like this little compound. And all the bread, of course, in the restaurant comes from their bakery across the parking lot. And all their sandwiches are made on that bread. And what's cool about it is it's like a nice, wear nice pants and a nice shirt Cuban restaurant, but the cafeteria side is 24 hours a day. So you can go get 24 hours a day right there off the highway in Tampa. Just get some of the best damn Cuban food you'll find anywhere.
Amazing. I knew that one would be fun.
Oh yeah, I could literally keep going for another hour.
We might have to come back to it another day. That was good. Okay. So this was a random one. Obviously, everybody loves trying food and seeing sights and going to all the restaurants. But just in general with traveling and going to, like, let's say an Airbnb or the airport, is there anything small that you enjoy? Is there anything where you're like, I just love this aspect of a hotel? I just love this aspect of airports. For me, I think, peak productive at the airport and on airplanes. I get an insane amount of work done when I'm at the airport and on an airplane, because it's almost like I'm trapped and there's no other distractions, and the better alternative is sitting there and being silent. No, let me just get work done. And so for me, anytime I have that, I know I'm just going to knock some stuff out, and I just really like that. And I also like at hotels, this is really bad, but I'm going to say it and be honest. I really like at hotels when they have the like eco-friendly sign, reuse your towels suggestion. I love throwing the towels down and having a new towel, because I reuse towels at home and it just feels good. I feel like a bad boy on vacation.
You're not supposed to sleep on your stomach, but once in a while I sleep on my tum-tum like a bad boy.
That's right. So I like those things. Jill says, me too. I know, I'm being honest. I'm not even being silly. I just feel so like, yeah, no, I'm not going to read your sign. Bam. I want a new one because I'm on vacation or a trip.
Yeah. And also, I speak to plenty of hotel management, and the towels that you leave hanging, they get washed too. Because have you ever like left a towel hanging or left a towel folded and wiped your hands on it and left it folded there? Well, that kind of happens with everybody. So all the towels in the room all get washed every time, no matter what.
Okay. There we go. Yep. There we go.
Small aspects of travel I enjoy. Yeah. So weird ones. I enjoy the people watching aspect. Yes. I don't get anything done the way I like getting it done in an airport or an airplane.
Really?
I don't. And it's just not.
You sleep, right?
Well, on the plane I do. Yeah. But I don't like, oh God, I don't want to talk on airplanes and work. I just want to leave me alone. And so the things that I enjoy though, little things, weird one. I don't like at home, we don't sleep with like a top sheet, right? And we have like, and so, but for some reason, like in a hotel, like I like the crispy top sheet, like under the comforter that there. And normally you'd think like, well, if you don't sleep on at home, you just sleep on top of it at the hotel. Nope. At the hotel, for some reason, it's like a weird, it's like this, like, it's like some, you know what I mean? It's like this weird sensory thing. It's like, I kind of, for some reason,
I thought we were the only ones that didn't have a top sheet. That's crazy.
Nope. We don't do top sheet. We do like a duvet cover on top of just a down comforter.
Okay. Any other last ones that you enjoy? Those are good. That is the literal concept of why I asked this, was for little things like that.
It's the little ones. Yeah. You know what? It's actually kind of a really weird one, and I don't know why I actually like this. I like traveling to either places that are like up north or out west when it's a hotel that has an indoor pool.
Yeah.
For some reason, I really like the smell of like a hotel lobby of a hotel that has an indoor pool.
That chlorine, yeah.
It's so weird. I think it reminds me of something from when I was a kid, probably a good trip at some point somewhere when I was traveling as a kid. But like for some reason, it's like a real comforting thing. Like the smell of like, a hotel lobby that smells like carpet glue and wood, right? And you add in that chlorine from the pool, and for some reason, I'm like nice and comfy.
Well, you grew up in the hotel industry, so I bet you there's some like childhood comfort remnants there.
There probably is. Yeah, there probably is.
Awesome. All right, we got more. We're going to save those, though, guys, because of #time. Come on. I know. I wish we had more. I wish we could go. But That's life, business, meetings, all that type of stuff. There is a link in the chat, you guys. Click the link, put your name, put your email. Shout out to the community member Jarvis. I don't think could watch the stream live, but he on his own went and purchased a gift card and would like to give it away to the community because he loves this company so much. He loves this community so much. So freaking cool.
Awesome, dude. Thanks so much, Jarvis. That's awesome, man.
It really is. So please click that link, you guys. Put your name, put your email. You'll be all signed up. Dr. Nix will reach out to you afterwards to your email, or if they chat with you on Instagram, through Instagram, to get you this code. It'll be simple, and you'll be good to go whenever you're ready to give that bad boy a little purchase. All right, so about 30 more seconds here if you guys have the ability to enter this giveaway. And we'll make sure we get somebody highlighted. And thank you guys for hanging out. Anytime we have a show adjusted, there's a chance the numbers are lower, and we don't even mind. We know people have different schedules, and they'll come back and watch replays. We held right about 40 this entire time on a Wednesday, which is not a normal day for us. Unbelievable. And we've been doing that consistently. And just know that we don't take your guys' time for granted. We don't take having this group together as anything that is like, it's just going to happen. It baffles us. We always debrief afterwards, and we're like, wow, that's so crazy. So thank you guys.
So cool. Thank you so much.
All right. You guys know the deal. If you see your name on the screen, drop a comment and claim that victory. I know this human is in here because you guys just signed up. But do we have winning a $50 gift card, Mr. Rodriguez Randall, a.k.a. Randy Rodriguez? Come on down. Murder Mitten buddy right there.
The price is right.
Randy Rodriguez. Come on down. After this, I'm going to get back to doing some work and then finish watching a YouTube video on the gathering of the Juggalos from this year.
Oh, that's amazing.
Why not, you know?
Amazing. You got your orange Fago there with you?
Oh, yeah. I'm not personally, but there's plenty of it on the video. Yeah, plenty of it.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Congratulations, Randy.
Plenty of other things, too. Yes.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it is YouTube, so not too much, the other things. All right, guys, same time, same place. I'll actually be coming to you live from an Airbnb in Florida next week, but we planned, and we're doing Florida. We're not staying at Disney, but we are doing the Disney parks, except for Tuesday, because I got to be here with my peeps. It'll be like a family pool hangout day, and then I'll be able to check in with you guys, hopefully with some beautiful weather, a little bit of a tan. You never know.
Hell yeah.
We'll be doing great. So thank you, guys. Can't wait to see you next week. Nick, final words for our friends out there.
Let's hit it. Let's just hope that we don't, have to accept a collect call in order to get you on the live stream next week.
Right, please. I don't want to make my own segment.
No, let's not let any Florida man Dan happen while we're down there. We don't need any of that shit. I don't need to call any of my bail bonds, my bunnies down in Kissimmee. We don't need that.
You quite literally know you are my call.
I know for a fact that
actually
is
my call. I'm not saying this for TV people.
Oh man, so yeah, we will see you guys next week. We will be back on Tuesday, so not even a whole 7 days. See you in 6 days.
All right, guys, less than a week. Stay amazing.